You don't think we're going to do any business, or
No,
is it
Chelsea have
possible?
just bought Dennis Zakaria, good
Oh,
player
that's
actually.
good. Yeah, who's he?
Yeah, no, he is a very good
Is
midfielder, very
he?
good
Is he?
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we're. I don't think we're going to do anything. We said the other day, didn't we? I think the shop's shut. I think it is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is apparently Valencia fuming because they've told him nothing's happening now. Everything was agreed, everything was in place. The finances, the lot. They
Yeah.
were just waiting for the replacement. It's not happened for us, so we pulled the plug on it by all accounts.
That's the way it goes, I
Who
suppose, isn't
who
it?
who knows? Anything can happen, as we've seen with in the past, in the last hours. But I really don't think so now. I think he probably is thinking, unless something amazing comes along, let's keep it settled. Let's go again in January.
Yeah, I think so. I think that will happen. And of course, I think Dan James is going to Fulham, so that one's already been dodged as a bullet, which is quite
Mm.
nice. But yeah, I agree. I think we're done. And Chelsea have obviously gone and bought Bangy Man, haven't they, from Barcelona for about
Hmm.
10 million. Get rid of Alonso. So yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it all. I don't know what you guys feel. I just feel we've got a pretty big, strong squad, and we can just move forward, get on with the job now.
Yeah, yeah. It's a gradual building process. I mean, I'd like to have had that left-sided centre back, a really good one. Got Bastoni over the line, but that's not going to happen. I'd like to have had a really good quality attacking midfielder. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. So there's no point in
Mm,
panic buying. You know,
no,
we've got enough. Um, those would have been the cherry on the cake, but equally, you can always do too much too soon. And I think getting those ones we've got embedded, because we've done some really good business in balancing out this squad, and then going again in January once we've reassessed and see where things lie. Then I think we got enough until January easily.
yeah, yeah. What about you, Rich? Are you fully levy out now, or are you definitely
Oh,
levy in?
always levy out until I'm levying. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, best way.
I'm very, very much hokey cokey about that. Um, but no, I think I think we've had a good window. I mean, we've got some, we did some good early business, which is very un-Tottenham like.
Hmm,
And obviously it was important to for them to show Conti that they were willing to actually put their hands in their pockets, which was something that he made very clear that he needed them to do.
yeah,
And so yeah, I think that's good. It would like like Lee said, we could have done with one or two more, but also like Lee's just alluded to, there is a massive danger in bringing far too many players in because the temptation is either to try and play too many new players and then you're essentially back where you were in November last year because you've got a first 11 that or a huge part of the first 11 that don't know the system very well.
And
Whereas
maybe
if
also a lot of unhappy players because they're not getting
yeah,
in.
well,
Yeah,
this was my
yeah.
other point was that you then also have to keep an awful lot of players that have come in expecting to come into the team on the sidelines for a long time.
Yeah.
So I do wonder whether or not that this is part of a much more coherent picture, and we've quietly started moving players out. We've got rid of the Lo Celsos and,
Hmm.
players like Winks and that have gone. And obviously Hill was going to go, but they've obviously now decided that they might need him. Um, and so, they're freeing up wage bill. They're quietly emptying parking spaces at the training ground. You know what I mean? They're,
Yeah.
they're,
Yeah.
and so, I'm quite happy with it. I would have liked a couple, maybe some different players. I would have perhaps liked some more experienced players in the roles that they've brought young players in. Because if we have only got a short time with this manager, have we really got years for people like Jed Spence to actually come to maturity?
Yeah.
But I mean, on the most part, I'm over the bloody moon.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, are we both all of us looking forward to the Fulham game? Are we expecting a better performance, or are we
I'm not sure what to expect really at the moment. I think I mean I'm not going to be out there because I'm at the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert at Wembley. So
Well,
my
that should be
son's
good. That should be good
yeah,
fun.
it should be really
Yeah.
good.
Right.
My son's taking his friend in my place,
Okay.
and so that hopefully it'll be a really good game. They'll have a they'll have a great time. It'll probably be a more open game. I think they're Fulham play quite expansively, don't they? And they've got some they're not afraid to play, so I think that might suit us.
I think it
We're at
might.
home.
Yeah. Yeah. I think with I mean, most of their goals come through Mitrovic. So if you can keep him quiet, and there's no reason why we can't keep him quiet, if we do the job properly, then we've got a good chance of keeping a clean sheet. But I think it's all about being able to get that early goal and making Fulham come out and try and push up the pitch a bit more, because at the start I think they might play a bit of a low block just to contain us for the first half.
Yeah, I think also, Andy, I think a lot of this is exacerbated by the fact that Arsenal just won every single game. So there is an element of the fan base that are getting a little bit antsy because they've seen them running away with it, but they've really, without being too disrespectful, they really haven't played an awful lot of quality. We've had two
No.
absolutely banging hard London derbies away from home and got results out of them.
Yeah,
And we've
yeah.
won the other games pretty well. So
And to put
let's
it
see
in,
how they fare when they come up against some
I
decent teams.
agree. I agree. They played Fulham at home and just scraped a win.
Yeah.
They played Villa last night, who, as one of my work colleagues said, who's a Villa fan, they are utter shite.
Well, they got
Um,
Man U on the weekend. Let's see how they get
yeah,
on.
exactly. They're away at Man U, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's going to be much more of a test.
Yeah.
United are looking like they're getting, some kind of mojo back. And although I don't think they're going to be, groundbreaking in any great reaches, but I do think that it's going to be a tough test for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the thing that I always think about Woolwich is they're a side that likes to play in the sunshine. So
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season and at
Yeah.
the end of the season, they
Yeah.
get, what I mean. They
Mm.
like to have the sun on
Nice
their
sunny
backs.
pitches. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
lovely. And I wouldn't, they tend to struggle in winter, don't they? I think I'm not making that up, am I?
No,
Fuck
I
it.
think they do.
No,
I think
I
the
I'm,
think
middle of
you
the
fuck it.
yeah.
season is.
I'm calling that a
Yeah.
Well, I'm
fact.
certainly writing it down and going
Yeah,
to use it against you in a court of law. But
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's fair enough, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah, so I mean, this is their time, isn't it? They're all sort of, I just think they're fucking show ponies.
Yeah.
When it's lovely, it's lovely, but when it goes sour, it goes really sour.
Yeah, I mean, all the players they buy are all very similar. They tend to be fairly. No one's really that big. They're all kind of ball playing mini kind of versions of the Man City team, aren't they? I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
Mm.
Arteta's doing, and that's kind of how their style of play is. It's a bit like Man City. So, but of course, do they have the do they have the ability to actually push it that far? I guess we'll see. But then they don't have Haaland, who's almost broken Shearer's record after about 5 games, isn't he? So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of people with their eggs with egg on their faces, aren't there? Oh, he's not gonna. He's going to take ages to bed in. He's not going to. Oh fuck it! He scored another hat trick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
So
I think we should send them a shipment of lasagna.
yeah,
Just as a sort of a goodwill gesture to them for doing so
yeah,
well.
yeah. I don't wish him any harm whatsoever, but I
Oh, I
do
do. I
hope
wish
he gets
him.
a bit of an injury or something that's going to
I just hope
slow him down.
the whole Arsenal team ends up with Ebola and
Yeah, Ebola, a bit of Marburg thrown
yeah,
in. Yeah, lovely.
yeah,
Yeah,
bit of black plague,
but
Yeah.
smallpox. I mean,
the
Oh, it's
odd
on the rise. Yeah.
yeah, it
amputated
is. It
limb.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, lovely. You can't go wrong with a few nasty germs, can you? Really?
Well, yeah. Nasty germs FC. They are.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, yeah, I guess we could do some predictions for Fulham if you guys
Yeah.
want to do that.
Yeah.
What do you reckon we're going to do, Rich? Are you at the
Um,
game, Rich? Are
I
you?
am, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
there on Saturday.
Yep.
And shout out to Dr. Chris Chapman, who is letting me have his season ticket for the day.
Oh, that's good of Chris. Yeah.
So I'll be back in the Paxton where I used to sit when I had one.
Ah.
And
What, Upper Paxton or
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Up in 518, I think it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Good view there.
I I think we're going to do it'll either be 2-0 or 3-1. I think, I think Romero's going to be back and he's going to keep Mitrovic quiet.
I hope so. I hope so. So you're going for a 3-1 on that, are you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it'll be two clear goals, so either 2-0 or 3-1.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
think we'll get one and then they'll have to come at us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need also a bit of a good performance, just to, show that we're kind of getting back on the road, stop this sluggishness, and hopefully, we can do that. What about you, Lee? What do you think we're going to do?
Well, like Sarah said, and I said, and a few of us said, somebody is due for an absolute tonking from us at some point soon.
I think she's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that to be the case. So I'm going to say 1-0 to Spurs.
It's not happening this weekend.
No. That's my prediction. It's going to be a horrible 1-0, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to go for a comfortable 4-0, knowing that I'm going to be eating my words on this because last night I was very pissed off and I just want to pick myself up. So I think that I think we'll just get our stuff together this weekend. We'll have Bentancur back. We'll have Romero back. I just think we'll get the old gang back together and we'll do them. Yeah.
I do think we need. I mean, it sounds really silly, right? Because we're only so early in the season, but I do think we actually need a result. It sounds we've had an unbeaten run. We're in a really good position. We're still in third, but in terms of what our ambitions are, we need to tuck teams like that away.
I think you're right as well because we're going into this period now of 2 games a week, and if we carry on with this very sluggish way of playing, I think it's going to wear us out. It's probably, it's just going to
mentally wear
us
out, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think something else that needs that sort of bears mentioning as well is, for the most part, up until this point, we've played defenses that have played against Son and Kane as a pair for a few years now. And we're going to play one on Saturday who have only watched him on videos in the training up to the week, because although they went down, they went down only, the year before last or whenever it was.
Yeah.
They haven't got a side that's got that experience. Chelsea know exactly what to do against us to stop us. West Ham know exactly what to do. Wolves exactly. Wolves have been pretty good against us for a couple of seasons. So
good shout, Rich.
There is that opportunity that some, a lot of that Fulham side are not going to have played against a lot of our players at all in this system at that stadium before.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, I think being at home is a massive thing for us these days because it does feel like home. So I think that will be a positive for us. So do you guys have anything else to discuss? Or should we call it wrap it up?
I think that's probably it for me. Yeah,
I think we're done.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be dripping in positivity after last night, was it? One thing I was going to say earlier, was that you said, "Oh, what did you think of the game?" And I was going to say, I'm not entirely sure it was a game at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was a horrible watch.
I mean, it was. It's not a disaster. We didn't lose, and I mean, we consider it though, like Conte says, half a defeat.
Yeah, I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, that's right.
Although, as I said, which Jamie took exception to, You know, like this would have typically have been a Dr. Tottenham performance. You know, they've had a bit of bad form, and we've not done too badly. So,
Yeah.
you know, in past seasons we'd have lost that, but at least we're only drawing them now, and we can take that as a positive step, can't we?
Yeah, yeah,
And we are 8 points up on these games that we did lose last year. So
yeah. That's a good point, Andy.
so yeah, I suppose mathematically that's a good thing, but
Yeah, actually, forget that. We're going to win the league.
yeah,
Can win the fucking lot, mate.
that's what I
Yes,
like.